You're watching news that gets to the point on KATC TV 3, Acadiana's news channel.
Good evening. Thanks for choosing Acadiana's news channel at 6. A killer remains on the loose tonight in Jennings after a man is found shot to death. Police say the victim was shot multiple times in his home on Hubbard Street this morning. That's where we find Sean Klein with tonight's top story.
For many people in this neighborhood, it's a sad reminder. This was the home of 29-year-old David Desatel, and if that name sounds familiar, it's because he was also shot in the leg here in Jennings just 3 months ago in April. 28-year-old Carvel O'Brien was charged with attempted murder for that shooting, but Jennings police say this crime is unrelated. Chief Todd Telbor says he's following his leads right now and isn't ruling any suspect out at this time.
We're seeking justice on his behalf, whether or not.
A man wanted in connection with the murder of a Lafayette man is locked up tonight. The U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force arresting Patrick Paul George last night in Valdosta, Georgia. George was arrested for obstruction to justice in connection with the murder of Corey Saunier. Saunier's body was found in Lake Martin back in June. Now police are still looking for David James Anderson in connection with this case. He's wanted for questioning. If you know any information about this case, please call 911. We're learning more about last night's math bust in Vermilion Parish. Police arresting these 5 after executing a search warrant on Highway 82 near Abbeville last night. They say the group was making and using meth. There were also 2 children home at the time. They are locked up with no bond. Speaking of drug busts, Abbeville police say residents will soon be seeing a lot more of them. KATC's Herbie Smith joined us live in the news center to explain exactly how the money will be spent. Herbie. Still ahead on Acadiana's news channel at 6, BP says they shouldn't have to pay for future claims. The latest on the cruel disaster coming up. But first, Rob's True View forecast for where you live, it's coming up next. Outdoorsmen are taking advantage of the Morganza Spillway being closed again. At the most, 17 bays were opened for the first time since 1973 to prepare for floodwaters from the Mississippi River. The last gate closed yesterday. KATC's Cris found out it's prime fishing time.
Nathan Fulmer fishes in the Morganza Spillway every summer.
If we wanted to shoot everything, we could shoot at least 20 times more than we normally shoot.
Many fishermen are taking advantage of the receding water, hoping to hook the big catch.
A bunch of carp, some nice gar. I shot a nice gar a while ago. They're like 4 or 5 foot, but mostly just big carp.
Join us again tonight for Acadiana's news channel at 10 o'clock.
Until then, have a good evening.
Good evening.